KRDO News Channel 13, where the news comes first. Your news starts right now.
Our top story of the day, police are investigating an early morning shooting at a bar on the southeast side of Colorado Springs. Good evening and thanks for choosing KRDO News Channel 13. At 5 o'clock, I'm Angelica Lombardi. One man is in critical condition after a shooting overnight on the southeast side of the city. Police responded to the Poor House Lounge at 1:25 this morning when they received calls of a shooting in the parking lot. When they arrived, they found a man with multiple gunshot wounds. He was transported to a hospital and is in critical condition. Police say in situations like this, when they don't know where the suspect is, they have to secure the scene before medical personnel can assist.
We go, we show up, make sure the scene is safe because they don't have the emergency equipment that we have to protect themselves. They don't have a vest or guns or anything like that. So once we've determined that there's no threat to anybody else, then we usually call them on the radio.
No one has been arrested. Police are asking if you have any information to call Crime Stoppers at 634-STOP. Pueblo police continue to investigate a shooting on the city's east side after a person was shot in an alley in the 1200 block of East 4th Street. The victim was taken to a hospital, but his condition is unknown. Police are looking for an older model silver car in connection to that shooting. Also in Pueblo, police have released the names of 2 of the officers involved in last week's deadly shooting. 10-year veteran Officer Neil Robinson and 9-year veteran Officer Bernadette Lambert were dispatched to the area of Small and Acero Avenue early Sunday morning. That's where they found Andrew Bird sitting in his car. Bird was shot and killed while attempting to run over the officers. Both of those officers have been put on administrative leave pending further investigation. Taking a live look outside now at the weather. This is courtesy of our Viera Wireless Camera Network. You can see that is in Pueblo. It's a beautiful evening out there, but I know change is on the way. We'll send things over now to Storm Tracker 13 meteorologist Nick Carter.
And the first thing we notice, Angelica, is the winds are starting to pick up now, close to 30 miles per hour because of this approaching storm. There are actually 2 weather systems that are closing in on the area. The storm factory is actually a deep low pressure system off the California coastline. The other issue is the snow and moisture coming in from the southwest, and then we also have some cold air coming in from the north. So this is a weather system that has very, very long legs across the western and central United States. Looking closer now, we're seeing again a lot of rain and snow mix over the western valleys where the temperatures are still above freezing, still in the form of rain, changes over to snow once you get over the Grand Mesa and you get over to the central mountains. For eastern Colorado, it's mostly high clouds, but I just checked outside. We're starting to see a few sprinkles now developing on the east side of town. Not showing up on satellite and radar just yet. It's all of the precipitation, the snow, generous amounts of snowfall happening in our mountains as we speak. Leadville only at 31, 39 degrees in the Gunnison Valley, so you can see that that precipitation will be cold enough to fall in the form of snow. But for the southeastern plains, we're still rapidly cooling down as that cold air pushes from the north. In Colorado Springs here, it's 49. It's 56 degrees in Pueblo. The winds are going to shift around to the north, and it's going to get a lot colder, and our rain is going to change over to snow. Later on tonight, winter weather advisories in effect for Teller County and for western El Paso County, as well as for most high country locations. Those winds picking up now out of the west at 29. Our air is calm, at least at this picture of Manitou Springs. I'm sure it's starting to gust. Rain before 9 p.m., overnight snow, and colder tomorrow. We'll have the rest of the Storm Tracker 13 forecast coming up in a few.
President Trump taking the Japanese Prime Minister on a journey today from the White House in Washington to his private resort in Florida. Meanwhile, the administration is planning the next step forward on the controversial travel ban. President Trump and Shinzo Abe spent the day playing golf, but the president also is tweeting about 2 of his biggest campaign promises, the border wall and the travel ban. Trump is promising to bring down the price tag after he gets involved in negotiations. President Trump is also promising action on that travel ban.
We'll win that battle, but we also have a lot of other options, including just filing a brand new order on Monday. Could very well be, but I'd like to keep you, I'd like to surprise you.
The White House says any new executive order would likely have a much narrower scope, like suspending new visas and refugees from the 7 countries on Trump's list. Anyone already cleared would be allowed to keep their visas. New Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly paid a visit to the Mexican border to take a look at underground tunnels that are reportedly used by drug smugglers and spoke exclusively with ABC about President Trump's stance on immigration. Across several major U.S. cities, ICE agents are conducting what they call a search, picking up and deporting undocumented immigrants with criminal records, including parents that have raised children here. Now, immigration groups claim that the criminal records include non-violent crimes, but Kelly says everyone deported deserved it.
They're being picked up and deported. They're the right people. I mean, the people, men and women of ICE and Homeland Security in general, are doing this completely legally.
Kelly also defends the price of the promised border wall, now estimated to cost between $20 and $25 billion.